All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Rebel Watch. I'm Max Certuse, joined with Henry Stuart, and today we are a pleasure to be joined with Kam Franklin. Kam, we're super excited to have you here today with us. We want to talk to you about, Ole Miss has been on an absolute streak right now. You can really see the winning culture that is being put together here. And, last year we had a lot of defensive linemen kind of move up and go on to that second level, and you're kind of being looked to as like one of the new leaders of the team. So we want to talk to you about that whole kind of process, but I want to start to you and ask, why Ole Miss?
It starts with the people in the building. Um, it's just a real credit because they made, me feel like home. The guys in the building, the team, the culture that been created, we have fun while we play, so it don't even feel like work. And, I'm from Mississippi, so I'm a Mississippi guy. And it was just like I wanted to show, all the other kids like that's coming up behind me, like you don't have to leave. You don't have to leave your state to be great. So like, just being able to play for that Mississippi logo across my chest just means a lot. Yeah,
Yeah, Cam, obviously you've had a terrific season so far. You're off to a really strong start. How did you kind of rebound? You give up a lot of yards to Taylor Green in Arkansas, and then you completely shut down Jake Retzlaff. Kind of take me through the preparations that y'all went through just from that week-to-week basis and even being able to shut down Garrett Nussmeier against LSU.
like I said, like that game was the Arkansas game. Yeah. So I gave up a lot of yards. From a schematically standpoint, I wasn't there, out of position a little bit. So just being able to lock back in and refocus and, move forward with the next game and, just really lock down on my responsibility, what I was supposed to do and play and execute at a high level. It was important.
You made a big step up from last year, who you were as a player, to this year, and I want to talk to you about, the steps that you took as a personal athlete to make those big jumps and to, get this new kind of form of yourself. But I also want to talk about, coach-wise or even player-wise, in a mentor sense, who has helped you from last year to this year prepare for that next level.
I want to say the whole coaching staff for trusting into me, the whole defensive staff, Joyner as a really, really big part in my development. Like I said, the guys from last year that moved up to the league, they have a big role because they got, they showed me what it looks like. They told me pretty much what it takes to be great. So watching them day in and day out, the effort they showed, like their work ethic and the plays they made, it was like, it showed that it can be done and it can be done at a high level and it can be done here at Ole Miss.
You've got some pretty tough road matchups kind of coming up within the next few weeks at Georgia, at Oklahoma. Kind of what are you and the rest of the defensive line doing to kind of prepare for guys like John Mateer? Because it's looking like he's going to be able to come back for Red River. Some real dynamic quarterbacks and offenses coming up. Kind of what are y'all doing to prepare for that?
We're doing it to prepare. We just, taking it week by week, opponent by opponent, just want to know. I believe that all of our guys have trust in each other. It ain't no situation that we can't handle, no quarterback we can't handle, no running back. Anybody with the ball, we're going to get it.
Now, Cam, we had the pleasure of talking to Oscar Bird last week, your punter, and we kind of talked to him about what it was like being in the building for the first year. But, you were here last year and you've kind of gotten to see this winning culture develop. And you kind of talked about it earlier, but like that vibe in the locker room, I mean, what's it like? What is the mission this year? What is the goal? I mean, obviously it's to win, but what are some of the mottos that the team is really instilling upon each other?
Just providing like I think Kiffin on down, everybody, pretty much just do a good job of, like, it's a brotherhood, like letting everybody know it's a brotherhood. We're gonna work, we're gonna compete. But I feel like the biggest important thing that has been going on this year is like the blue collar work. Like I think everybody pretty much blue collar and like everybody, want the same thing. Everybody want to win. Yeah. Everybody want to dominate. So like, it's just a credit to the people in the building from head coach all the way down like to us. Yep. So like it's just a credit to us because everybody wants the same thing. Everybody on the same page. Everybody locked in. Yep.
You had a really strong season last year, especially considering how much talent was on that Ole Miss defensive line. Do you have any goals kind of for yourself personally moving forward for this season, kind of being the number one guy on this revamped defensive line?
My biggest thing right now is like I just want to win. I want to be, I just want to help my team win. I want to be, we're going to go down as one of the greats to play here. Like individually, like I just want to be the best me. Like I don't have set out goals, stats, like this number set. Like I just want to play the best ball I could play and be the best teammate I can be.
You were kind of accustomed to winning in high school. You know, you set the school record, 19 sacks your junior year. How was that kind of success in high school prepared you for the success that you found here at Ole Miss?
You know, like, I don't know if y'all seen the graphic. Like, I was like second in the SEC with pressures.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, when I received that notification, it was like, okay, like I did this before. You know, I mean, I don't like being second, but like, you know, like I did in high school. It's not. I mean, high school ball and college not the same, but like, you know, it's just a credit to my effort.
Yeah.
But you know, I did it before. I'm gonna do it again. So like, you know, I'm grateful for it. You know, thank God, you know, for this position. But I mean, it's not nothing new. I broke records in high school, so like, I want to do it again, and I know I will.
You know, with as well as the team is doing right now, you know, you guys are all elevated. Everybody's watching, especially in the SEC where football is, you know, it's not just a sport, but it's a way of life down here. And with that comes a platform. And with your platform, if there were people and, you know, younger kids out there that play football, you know, some of the defensive linemen out there or whatever, is there any advice that, you know, you've ever received in your life that really meant a lot to you? Or what advice would you give to, you know, somebody watching out there that's, you know, been watching you perform in this elevated stage? I mean, you've been a dog all season and, you know, it's only going to continue. So what are those kind of words of advice that you would give?
Say, you know, everything starts with focus, knowing your strengths, knowing your weaknesses first, like, just being able to continue to get better and never be satisfied. I try to strive to run away from complacency and satisfaction. I like to be unsatisfied all the time. So like, and stay hungry. So like, my advice would be is never get too high, never get too low, and just grind and work, and like everything else will pay off and play out how it's supposed to be.
Cam, that's all we have today. Thank you so much for coming out. We wish you guys the best of luck with the season to come, and it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, for sure.